Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna just get you to show us some of your tricks and maybe just a little demonstration here. But first off, could you do that Buddy Rich thing on the top of
I can do some kind of.
show us what you do there.
Good at that stuff, but he does like to do that. You hold your stick under there like that, and you could play paradiddles or just as
That's kind of what. Oh, I see. He's holding the stick underneath there.
this
I see.
comes up and hits at an angle.
Yeah.
And you can play paradiddles, which are right, left, right, right, left, right, left.
Right. I see.
And just swing time. You can take any sometimes.
That's very cool. That's cool. I like all that stuff. Okay, show us that other trick you do where you do the one-handed drum roll, the snare roll, or drum roll. I guess you could do it on any.
That's where you just take your hand and whenever you hit a drum and you do a rim shot, you hit the head and the rim at the same time. Like watch, and this comes up like that. And it's like you keep your hand still, and it's like shaking someone's hand. You go. And that was just I was doing a kind of getting the rhythm going within the roll. If you just play the roll, it's like you can kind of get dynamic with it. It's just a trick, I don't know. You might use it somewhere like I know heavy metal drummers they call it a gravity blast or something. But yeah, Buddy Rich did that years ago. It's an old trick kind of thing.
All right. Okay. The last question before we're gonna just kind of set you to try to show us some tricks. Well, maybe two more, but the next one is what should a drummer practice if he's going to try to get better? We already asked this question.
I don't know, but
Did we just ask that?
I can't remember. But let's say we didn't. I would say get one of these things, a metronome, and work on everything. Work on different styles. Work on your feet. Work on your hands. Learn the rudiments are the scales of drumming, like scales on a guitar. You might not play all of them, but they get your hands in shape. I have a little routine I like to do every day, and to get my day started when I practice, just to get loosened up. And I always practice with the metronome because you don't have to play like with it, but it lets you know in the ballpark, and you can gauge your progress if you're trying to do something. And then you can turn it off and play, and turn it back on, see where your time's at. I like to use the metronome to see where I'm speeding up, or slowing down, or not being accurate. Because when you do record, or you'll listen back, and sometimes you go, ugh. And if you practice on your time,
Right, I see. Okay, okay. The next thing is this is a really goofy question. Show us how you twirl your stick. That didn't sound very good.
Okay. Well, all drummers are show-offs, and it's only a matter of time for you to sit around and you start going like this, start going. You're waiting for the band, and then you start doing these things. I go like backwards and like that, and
You have several ways you do it.
Yeah, and I always try to think of it like as a beat. Like if you're counting eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3. Trying to get a little rhythm going in it,
Yeah, do that thing again. 'Cause you do that in your drum solo. Do that.
Anything for applause.
Okay.
You like. You do whatever.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's
just my way. I see guys do stuff with the sticks. They're doing all this crazy stuff. There's so many kids out nowadays that they're doing it behind their back. They're doing all their whatever, and I just got my way of doing things. And it's I think that Well, I liked King Krupa a lot when I was a kid, and Keith Moon. So, for better or worse, you know. But you should always work on playing first before the showy stuff, and never let the showy stuff make your playing.
Do you know how to play the fly like an eagle? You know how to play that? I think that's a different one, but okay. Do you know how to play We're an American Band? Oh, you got to have your cowbell for that, right?
I'll pretend it's just the cowbell.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, that's just silliness. Okay, well, if you don't mind, just show us kind of a straight good groove. Oh, wait a minute. You know, I wanted to talk about something that you mentioned yesterday about how important it is for drummers to keep their right hand downbeats exactly with their kick drum, or it makes you sound unprofessional if you don't, right?
Yeah, that's something I learned from Ainsley Dunbar. Actually, he said that, and I was like, "What do you mean, man?" But a lot, you know, just this. I mean, that sounds really easy, but if you're not paying attention, a lot of times you go, if you say you're playing a shuffle, you might get off and not be thinking, can't you? You can clearly hear the flam. You'll really hear it when you listen to playback. So it's really important to keep that, you know, and that sounds really beginnerist, but maybe it's just me. Maybe that's a problem I have sometimes. It's like, you know, I'll be playing and I'm like, I just have to really remind. It's like speeding up or slowing down, you know. Just remember to really
not do it. Just remember to not do it.
Remember to not do it.
Or remember to keep your right hand right with your kick drum.
Yeah,
okay.
Keep everything. And there's
okay.
other things I do to try and do that too. And try and.
Well, let me ask you one more quick one about how to tune your drum.
I like to tune, like if I just put this head on. Obviously, it's been on for a while. I would put it on, get everything finger tight. And I call it across the street and next door.
Across the street and next door. Okay.
Starting here, you tune this one. I like to go quarter of a turn, then over here. That's across the street. Then next door would be here, across the street, next door, there.
Can you actually show us that with your drum key? Just kind of.
Yeah.
You don't
So
have to tune.
Yeah, I would go if I just, and this is a 6-lug drum. This
just kind of tap it with your.
Okay, yeah.
So we can kind of hear what that lug.
Yeah, and you have to. And you have to put your hand on the bottom head, because if you go, you're hearing both heads. So if you go like this, that one's a little flat. This one's a little, or whatever you're going for. You know. That one's a little sharp, but it's not. So you would bring this one up a hair. But by bringing one up, you usually make the rest of them go.
I see. It makes all of them go.
It's a little game. You gotta. That's pretty close. I mean,
okay.
You can't really. Sometimes you get it just perfect. Sometimes it's a little bit off. But you can. The more time you spend with it, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. And I can do it now where I don't even have to hear it. Pretty much, I can just feel, because I know my drums. I can.
You can feel how much resistance is.
Yeah, when I turn the key, because a lot of times you're around people and you can't make a lot of noise, and no one wants to listen to it.
Right.
Listen to someone sit there and go whack, whack, whack. And if you do put a new head on, I would let it sit for a while and stretch out, and then go back and check it, because it will usually be lower in pitch than when you put it on originally. And I like to tune both heads to the same pitch. These have been on for a while, but let's see where it's at. Are the top one a little lower, but if you tune them to the same pitch and they're not fighting each other, you'll get more of a doo. If this one was dramatically lower, it would go doo. This isn't a bad thing, but the sound guy would go, "I'm getting a weird ring" sometimes. But if you tune them both to the same pitch, they're pretty much, it's just going to go doo, a straight doo, doo round. You know, that's what works best for me. But tuning's really personal, and everyone's got their own deal about it.
Right. Okay. All right. Then give me. I'm going to set down this microphone and going to try to just play a straight groove, and then kind of show us some tricks or something. But just play a little bit, and we'll watch.
I'll show you what I do to warm up. Start my day. I put this thing on at 160 beats per minute.
Wait. You put the metronome on at 160 a minute.
Yeah, which is right there. You can see
160 beats a minute. Okay.
And I like to get everything going.
So you're hearing that in your headphones right now.
I like to play eighth note triplets, which are keep that going.
Do that again.
3, 4. Stuff like that. Do that for about a half hour. Get it going, and then play, then play around.
All right.
And then start playing 16th notes with your hands and your feet. Like that, so you're getting your feet and your hands. Then when I get warmed up, I'll start just playing a groove at 160.
All right, cool. So you do that every day?
Yeah, I don't have anything else to do. I do that, and
You go walk,
I walk.
drive your GTO,
Do that, and I do push-ups, and I eat way too many candy bars.
and shoplift.
I
No, you don't shop.
I don't do that
Not you. You gave that up.
since I got caught.
Okay. Well, all right. Cool. Well, thanks a lot, Scott. I appreciate it. I think that's going to be really great.
Thanks.